The endless plains of Central Asia were bathed in the fading light of dusk. A cold wind whispered across the sea of grass, and on the horizon, the shadows of a massive herd of horses began to rise. These were no ordinary riders. They were the people history would come to know as the Huns. Nomadic warriors, their lives revolved around the land, their horses and their swords. They had no cities, no palaces, no permanent homes. Wherever their horses grazed, that was their home. Today here, tomorrow somewhere else. In their eyes stretched the vast sky, and in their hearts burned the fire of battle. Around 406 CE, one man emerged among them who would change their destiny forever. His name was Attila. Attila the Hun, a leader whose name would echo through the ages as the scourge of God. Even as a young man, he bore a presence that commanded loyalty and fear in equal measure. He was not just a warrior, he was a storm in human form. His eyes sparkled with a light that could set kingdoms ablaze, and his voice carried a certainty that could lead thousands into the jaws of death with a smile. One night, seated around a fire with his warriors, he declared, "The world is ours." And then they rode. Their first great confrontation was with the Sassanid Empire in the lands of present-day Persia. Northern settlements burned, people screamed and ran, but the Huns moved like shadows, swift, relentless, unstoppable. Soon they advanced into Eastern Europe, where they would clash with the mighty Byzantine Empire. The Byzantine generals scoffed at them, calling them mere savages. "These are only barbarians. We will scatter them in a single charge." But when battle erupted, the earth itself seemed to tremble. The Huns' cavalry struck like lightning, their arrows tearing through the ranks of the Byzantine soldiers. Discipline crumbled, and chaos consumed the battlefield. This was not merely a defeat, it was the birth of fear. By the 440s CE, the Huns reached the gates of Constantinople, the strongest city in the world. The city held its breath. Prayers were whispered. Gold was sent out as tribute, hoping to appease Attila. He looked upon it, smiled, and turned his gaze elsewhere, leaving the city untouched. Now his eyes were set on the west, on Rome, the beating heart of Europe. During this time, a Roman princess named Honoria sent him a message, pleading for help and offering her hand in marriage. It was not love, it was politics. Attila seized the pretext and turned his hordes towards the western lands. In 451 CE, on the fields of Gaul, modern France, Attila faced a formidable coalition, Roman legions and the mighty Visigoths. The battle known as the Battle of the Catalonian Plains was written in blood. The earth turned red, screams and clashing steel echoed endlessly. For hours the armies fought relentlessly. In the end, both were exhausted. No clear victor emerged, yet Attila halted. Sometimes the restraint of a storm is its true strength. He then advanced towards Italy. Cities burned, people trembled in terror. At the gates of Rome, an old man approached him, Pope Leo I. He pleaded for mercy. By then, plague had begun to weaken Attila's army. His warriors were falling ill. Attila looked towards the city, then to the heavens, and finally he turned back. In 453 CE, the man who had made the world tremble died quietly in his bed. With him, his empire fragmented. His sons could not command like him. His army scattered. His legacy remained, etched into the lands of Europe. Today, the map of Europe still bears Hungary, a faint monument to the storm that once raged across the continent. And in the winds of Central Asia, if one listens closely, perhaps the echoes of hooves still resonate. Attila's story reminds us power, courage, and leadership can shake the world itself, but even the mightiest storm eventually fades, leaving behind only its mark, an enduring legend. And so ends the story of a man who shook the world to its core. Yet time reminds us that even the fiercest storm leaves behind lessons and memories. The power of Attila, his relentless armies, and the sweeping force of the Huns have been etched into the pages of history forever. If you wish to explore more such historical truths, dramatic tales, and the lives of the world's greatest leaders, dive into stories that reveal the moments which changed the course of the world. Subscribe and join us on a journey through history, where every new video uncovers secrets and sagas that have shaped civilizations.